What's really happening on LinkedIn right now? Because if your reach feels off and your impressions are looking weird, or your posts that used to work before suddenly don't, you're not imagining things. LinkedIn has quietly replaced its entire content ranking system with something called 360 Brew. And this is not a small tweak, it's not a seasonal update, this is a full system replacement. Think less like algorithmic adjustment, think more like an entire new operating system. And once you understand how it works, a lot of confusion is going to clear up. For years, LinkedIn ran on a patchwork of several systems, little systems. Like one ranked posts, another handled job recommendations, a third one decided what you should or who you should connect with. Each mini system has its own logic. That's why things like posting consistently or chasing early engagement or tagging lots of people or timing a post in a certain way, all of these used to work. You could nudge and tweak a system, one little system, without affecting everything else. That world is gone. 360 Brew is replacing all of that with one large AI model. This model reads LinkedIn as a whole, like your profile, your content, your comments, your behavior, your topics, your audience. It's all connected now. It's all in one nutshell. And that's the biggest shift that most people have not yet wrapped their heads around. So, what actually changed? Let me give you the simplest way to think about it. LinkedIn used to reward activity. We all know that, right? Now it rewards clarity and relevance. Under the old system, you could post often, you could say very little, spark real reactions, and still get visibility. Frequency plus engagement speed did a lot of the heavy lifting for you. But with 360 Brew, LinkedIn is no longer asking, is this post good for getting attention? Instead, it's asking, does this make sense? And who is it actually for? That's why feeds are feeling quieter. That's why the reach is going down all across the board. That's why posting more is not going to fix the problem. The platform has just become far more selective. Instead of blasting posts to like large, loosely connected networks, LinkedIn is now showing fewer posts to smaller and more relevant groups of people. That means visibility has not disappeared, it's just become more targeted. How does 360 Brew read your content? This is the part most creators are missing. 360 Brew does not look at your posts in isolation like before. Now it reads your posts and your profile together like one unit. Your headline, your about section, your skills, your recent activity. All of that helps the system understand what you're all about professionally. Then it reads your post like a natural language, not like a checklist of hashtags, keywords. They don't matter anymore. It's looking for alignment. Does this topic match what you normally talk about? Does it fit your stated expertise? Does the way you explain it make sense to the audience you're being shown to? If these things line up, your content is going to stand a chance. But if they don't, the system struggles to place you and your reach suffers, even if the writing itself is decent. That's why your niche clarity matters more than ever. Wandering across topics might feel creative, but the model gets confused. Let's talk a little bit about opening lines. Why do they matter so much? LinkedIn engineers have a term for this thing. They call it lost in distance effect. That explains a lot because basically, the further you go into your post, further something appears, the less weight it carries. Your opening lines are doing all the heavy work now. If your first few lines are very vague, or you're trying too hard to hook the audience without saying anything real, the system doesn't dig deeper, even if the rest of your post is great. This is why generic hooks are dying. Stop drama, stop clickbait. You need clarity and fast. What is this about? Who is it for? Why should somebody keep reading? If that's not clear up front, then the post never reaches its potential. Engagement has also changed. Here's another big shift. Not all engagement is equal anymore. Quick likes, emojis, one word comments, they don't carry much weight. They didn't, anyways. 360 Brew watches how your conversation unfolds on LinkedIn. Who is commenting? Are they relevant professionals? Are they adding any substance? Does the discussion go somewhere? Posts that bring in thoughtful back and forth between credible people are going to stay visible longer. Posts that collect shallow reactions, they fade very quickly. So, great post is still not going to bring you any joy anymore. That's why some posts that might look like they're doing okay, but they are still stalled. The system is not impressed by noise. The system is paying attention to signals. Old tactics have stopped working. Why? If you've been relying on posting at a specific time, like 10 a.m. every Tuesday, tagging long lists of people, sometimes irrelevant, recycling the same formats, or using templated phrasing, this is where things are falling apart. 360 Brew can detect repetition. Posting the same post week after week with a different link will not work anymore. This algorithm can spot forced engagement, so tagging a lot of people, hoping that somebody might engage with you, might not work anymore. It can tell when content is off topic or manufactured. It can sense AI dump. When it senses that it's mostly an AI dump, visibility drops. It's a filtering decision. LinkedIn is no longer rewarding volume for its own sake. It's rewarding depth. Consistency still matters, but only when it's paired with substance and focus. Let's take a reality check on reach. Most professionals are seeing lower impressions right now. It's not just you and me. Even when their content is good, the number of impressions they used to get earlier was way better than right now. That does not mean you're doing something wrong. All it means is your feed is getting tighter. Your post might be shown to fewer people, but the people who see it are uh, more likely to care, to comment, save, or follow. And that's the trade-off. Reach for the sake of reach is totally fading away. Relevance is a winner now. If you want to stay visible under the system, focus on actions that prove that your content deserves to stick around. Start discussions that attract thoughtful responses. Create posts that people want to save and come back to. Keep your topic narrow enough that the right audience is going to instantly recognize itself. Teaching, clarifying, making sense of something complicated. These kind of posts are going to travel further now than anything designed to just get reactions. What's my big takeaway here? Now, 360 Brew is not trying to make LinkedIn harder. Let's get that out of the mind. The platform is only shifting away from hacks and going more towards understanding, away from volume and more towards meaning, away from chasing attention and going more towards earning trust. If you help the system understand who you are and what you're good at, it's going to help you find the right people for you. That's the new game. And honestly, I think this is a great game. The rollout of 360 Brew did not just change what posts could perform, it changed how LinkedIn decides who deserves your attention at all. And that's catching a lot of even smart professionals off guard. So, my episode that pops up next Thursday, I want to break down what's actually changed behind the scenes and why some people are losing visibility and how to adapt without turning LinkedIn into a full time job. Until next Thursday, see you.